Hi, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Yelena.
Welcome to our tutorial on Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Utthita,
Extended.
Hasta,
Hand.
Pada,
Foot.
Angushta,
Thumb.
extended hand foot thumb pose. But instead of foot thumb, we say big toe. Extended hand big toe pose. This is the first pose of primary series. Little known fact, sometimes people think primary series starts on the floor. Nope, it starts with this Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana with the foot thumb.
But before we go any further, let us know what you think of these videos. Comment, give us a like, and maybe subscribe too.
Why maybe?
Oh, I don't know. It's a free world, supposedly.
I can't see why you wouldn't want to subscribe. I've already taught you so much Sanskrit. Okay, so let's go over the Vinyasa. Also interesting, we count higher in the Vinyasa now than we have for a lot of the fundamental poses, but not as high as Surya Namaskar. So Yekam, inhale, we lift the right leg up, catch the big toe. Dwe, exhale, fold. Chin to shin, drishti is the foot, the tip of the foot, padagrai. And this is the first state of the asana. You take 5 breaths here. Krini, inhale, head up. Chatwari, exhale, leg to the side. And there's another drishti, parshva drishti. First time we've done that in the sequence. And here's another state of the asana, 5 breaths here. And then inhale, bring the leg in, panchashat, exhale, chin to shin, sapta, inhale, head up, catch your waist, point your foot. This is the third state of the asana, sapta. Drishti is back on the big toe, 5 breaths here. Last exhale, leg down. And then same thing on the left side. Ashtanga, inhale, left leg up. Nava, exhale, fold. First state of the asana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dasha, inhale, head up. Yekadasha, exhale, leg to the side. Parshva drishti, second state of the asana. And then inhale, dwadasha, leg in. Trayodasha, exhale, chin to shin. Chaturdasha, inhale, head up, catch your waist, point your foot. Third state of the asana on the left side. Drishti's on the foot again. Exhale, samastipi. Ta-da! Okay, so that's it. Little tricky because it's a balancing pose, and then there's a lot of endurance involved because it's a long balance, a long hold, and you're shifting your weight, bringing the leg out to the side, bringing it forward again.
So one of the things to remember is that even though we are given a drishti towards our toes, and then when we're turning the leg to the side, we turn the head the other way. If that's really difficult, just keep the gaze at first fixed somewhere on the floor because it provides a lot more stability. And then over time, you can kind of maybe move it towards your toes. I still have really hard time looking at my toes. I often kind of look past my toes down onto the ground. And then same thing when turning the head. The turn of the head will challenge your balance no matter what. So make sure that you first move the leg, and then if that feels okay, turn the head. Don't rush it or try to combine the two.
And I'd say always make balance your priority. Start with your balance before you work on the depth of the pose. So if that means that your standing leg is bent or the extended leg isn't fully extending, that's fine. You're here for a little while, just kind of working on being stable. Over time, as you feel safer with the balance and your flexibility improves, you'll be able to extend the leg fully. But this is absolutely fine. It's more about, finding the effort, the work of it, and you need to be balancing to find that. Worst comes to worst, if it's impossible for you to balance, you can put your hand on a wall, if there's one around. What I wouldn't recommend is using a strap on your foot with your leg extended. That's not going to develop your flexibility in the hamstring. And I know I've seen a lot of people do this, holding the shin instead of the toe. If that's absolutely necessary, of course it's fine, but don't go straight for the shin. Just don't take the easy way out. reach for the big toe, even if it means you keep your leg bent. There's so much more work here, and it's going to create more change.
And then same thing, if the catching your foot and extending the leg makes balancing difficult, that's okay, that's part of it. But don't hold your upper body straight thinking that that's better than folding forward. We'd much rather see you bend that extended leg and find a little bit of a fold than try and stay here for those 5 breaths. Because here, there's a bit of challenge and the way you work in your body changes. So we prefer to see that over just holding the back fully straight.
And actually, the state of the asana that we talked about, so the first state of the asana there, on Dway, would be chin on the shin. That's where you're going for eventually. That's the sort of end position. And this is the first pose in self-practice setting, a Mysore practice setting, that you might get assisted in. Because if we don't see your chin touching your shin, we'll come over to help. Either, to bring it closer or sometimes to bring it right on. But that is the pose, chin on the shin, not straight arm straight up. Okay? So when you're balancing, fixing your gaze, good lighting, being able to focus. So make sure the thing that you're looking at is clear, it's not far away, it's not moving. Keep your gaze fixed on that. And then fold forward. Since the drishti is the foot, the tip of the foot, you might want to look at something that's in line with your foot, kind of forward. And then you're hinging forward and trying to bring the chest and the thigh closer together. Good. And then slowly come up. So one of the things I want you to notice when Yelena bends the right arm, she's not lifting the arm up in the air away from the floor. It's going to hike the shoulder up and create too much tension at the top of the shoulder. So remember to externally rotate as you bend the elbow and get your bicep to work to help pull back. Also, point the foot so you're resisting the big toe into the finger as you pull back with the fingers as well. Don't let your ankle just dorsiflex like that. So we want to push into it, and you get this nice kind of feedback loop going on here. Okay, when we bring the leg out to the side, avoid working from your glute. Try not to lift the hip up into the air to bring the leg out. Instead, I want you to externally rotate the thigh so the sit bone goes down towards the floor. Okay, and then that's going to keep the front of the hips level instead of that right hip hiking up and the chest coming forward. Okay, so we're going to externally rotate and drop it. And even here, we're going to use that right bicep a little bit and still push the toe out to the side. Watch this, the other arm too, that we're holding our waist with, because as we put all that energy into holding the foot, the other elbow tends to collapse out to the side and you get that sort of supermodel thing going on. So remember just to slightly pull back on the shoulder and try to get the elbow to point more back instead of out to the side, which collapses the chest down. Coming forward, it's the same as before. We kind of stay in that external rotation as it comes forward, hips stay level, and we go forward one more time, dip down, and then inhale, come up, and you try to hold the height with the hand at first. Take over the work in the core and the leg, and the hand can come onto the hip. Try to keep your tailbone slightly tucked under instead of sticking your butt back. Don't reach your thigh out. Pull your leg back into the hip so that you feel that you're connecting with all the hip flexors, holding the leg up, not just using the thigh muscle.
I can't hold it that long.
It's a long time. And then let me tell you one other good thing to know in terms of your own self-practice and the Vinyasa count. So there's this rule, if you start studying the Vinyasa count, that says when we count the first breath of the state of the asana, then that counts as one of the as the breath. So that's kind of confusing. Wait. So when Yelena comes into the pose here at the end of it, so she goes Dwadash Pancha, inhale, right leg in, Shat, exhale, chin to shin, Sapta, inhale, catch the waist, point the foot. See that inhale is the first inhale of 5 breaths. Exhale 1, Inhale, exhale, 2, 3, 4. And then the last exhale, we come to Samastiti. It's good news because it's such a hard pose. That means you're only holding it for 4 whole breaths. In the first inhale, you're coming into the position. And on the last exhale, you're dropping the leg down. We also do this on, Utthita
Utthita, yeah.
Count the first inhalation. Anyway, just for you Vinyasa nerds. I know you're out there.
Or you're left confused.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
No, that would be it. I just noticed too, as I was doing this, you might have seen it, that my feet turn out a little bit. That's okay. Eventually, maybe one day, I'll have them perfectly straight. But for the balance purposes, the standing leg tends to go out for me. So that's okay. Just be mindful of it, but don't let it, of course, turn all the way. And often when we turn that foot in, it actually limits our mobility. We feel more restrictions in our hips. So that's why we like to turn it out. So go back, work with that resistance, and just be there comfortably.
Okay. Never an easy pose. Good luck. Hope this helped. Remember to like, subscribe, let us know what you want to see in the comments. We read the comments, and we'll try to make whatever you want. Okay. Bye.